Today I'll try to show you how to produce an elevation map and how to create a template for your printing layout and how to set up printing layout from a template. Let's start from our previous project. Well, here is our previous project. First I'll show you how to set a template for your print layout. First we go here, project and layout manager. Here we have all the layouts we have set into our project, and I'll click on this first one to use it as the template. For example, I'll set our template from this printing layout. Our template will have this north arrow, the logo, legend here with the background and outline, the second map here, and scale bar, and the text here in the bottom, and the main map here. This will be our template. So to save this as a template, we go here in the print layout and ask it to save as template. Select the folder you want to save it and name it. So this is a A4 format, and A4 save, and we have it here. So now I wanna, let's say I have my project done here and I wanna print it. Just go back, layout manager, start a new from a specific template. So let's look for the template we just saved, A4. Let's say we have another format, A3. We just need to look for the template we want to use as a template, of course, and create. It will ask us for a name for this printing layout. In this exercise today, I'll show you how to produce an elevation map, so it will be an elevation. Okay, and here it is, our template from a template file. It comes with the main map, so it's bringing us the main map from the project we have. If it was another different one, it will be different here. In a few minutes we will change this and you understand what I mean. So as you can see, we have all the items from the template. Just need to change recover the path here of the logo because it is broken, and done. Save, and let's go back to our project and prepare our elevation map. The elevation map here, first of all, of course, we need to add the data set which contains the elevation data. For this example, I recommend you to download this plugin here, SRTM downloader, which means Shuttle Radar Terrain mission from NASA. It was a mission that on board of the shuttles, they had some sensors and radars which they surveyed the whole planet. So we have this data for every part of the planet, so, and we can download it for free. We just need this plugin to make it easier, and let's then select which tile we want to download containing the data we need. Each tile of this project ranges from 1 degree to 1 degree latitude and longitude, so it covers up a huge, a wide area of every part of the planet, and we don't need such a big area. So let's download here. You might understand better in practice. If you have the coordinates of the area you will want to download the tiles, you just need to type it here, or in this case I want this area, so set the canvas extent. If you need more tiles, you can add the range of coordinates, so the plugin will download all the tiles you need. In this case will be just one. Select the path to save the image here and download. this window will pop up. If you have the account in this site, you just need to type your user and password. If you don't have, just go to this site, create your new account, and type the username and password, and okay, and wait to download the image. It is downloaded, as you can see. Here is the tile, and I will zoom to it so you can see we have a huge area covering from 1 to 1 degree, 1 to 1 degree longitude and latitude. And this symbology here, you can notice as well, we have a grayscale where the lower elevation is minus 12 meters and the higher is around 800 meters. We have them in this area here. We have the higher elevations in the surface, and here the lower in this scale. As you can see, it's pretty coherent because the lower will be the sea. I'll change the symbology here just to make it more easier to understand. Just change from single band gray to pseudo color. I'll use this color ramp. It's called BRBG. So the lower level will be this kind of brown and the higher will be this kind of green. So apply. You'll see here this surface. So as you noticed, we have a really big range of area, and the darker the area the tile is, the deepest the surface is. So you can notice even the drainage, the surface water bodies in the images here, because they are the lower point in the surface. As you can see here, is very coherent to the RiverNet routes from APA. Well, we now are working. We'll work with this area. As you can see, we can see much difference between the elevation because the range here is too limited compared to this range. Here we have a range of higher than 800 meters, and here of course we don't have this range. So let's limit our project to this area. It's important to know as well this project, this data have a limitation because on its resolution. Each pixel of this image have around 30 meters per 30 meters. So this means you have a square 30 meters, which all the elevations within this area, in this surface, will represent only be represented by the average elevation within this area. So it is really important, powerful data set to large areas studies for environmental purposes like ours, and to have an overall picture of the surface and the catchments and lots of other applications, but it's not suitable for civil projects. Of course, you know that for civil projects you need an actual survey topography on site. Well, let's select our site buffer here, the wider range, and here in the processing toolbox, or here in vector, we are going to ask for buffer. Okay, Visual Processing Tools buffer. So let's ask for a buffer. So in this layer, we are going to buffer will be the site buffer. Selected features only the wider one. Otherwise, it will buffer all the geometries we have within this shapefile. The distance will be 50 meters, more than enough, 1000 segments. Let's keep it as a temporary layer and run. It is here, it will work this way, just keep it as temporary, no problem. And now we will go to clip this image just to this area. So how to do that? We go again to the processing toolbox and type clip. We have two options again. You can go to the processing toolbox or to the raster here and extraction, clip raster by mask layer. Just double click. The input layer will be the image, the elevation data set. The mask layer will be the buffer. Keep the other options as it is. And keep it as a temporary layer as well, so if we have any problem during the process, we are not going to waste time trying to find a folder to save it. So run it. As you can see, it worked, and you can even see the pixels as I mentioned before. So each pixel here will have 30 meters per 30 meters, and the elevation will be representing the average elevation in the actual surface. So let's turn off this and this, no matter anymore. Drag it to bottom. We have it here, almost there. We can improve this representation, but again, the same idea. The grayscale here indicates that as darker it is the lower, and the clearer, the whiter it is, the higher. So we have here darker, so here will be the lower point in this area, and around here the higher. I'll change this symbology, double click, change again the rendering from single gray to single band pseudo color. I'll keep using this color ramp. You can change as you wish. In this case, as we know the range of the elevations and is quite limited, we can improve the representation. So as you can notice here, the elevations are around 96 meters will be represented by this color, 101 this color, and goes on. I wanna have a higher contrast of colors, so I wanna one color for each elevation. In this case, we can do that. So let's change this to represent an interval of 22 classes. So we have 22. The difference here between the lower to the higher is 22 here. So 22 class, 22 colors, each color representing one value. So label unit suffix, you can just add m for meter and apply, and okay, you can see here we have our surface, and I want to discover or better, I want to know. Let's turn on, and as you can see here is very coherent. The higher area here, the drainage goes to the lower here. I will invert this symbology to make more sense. The greener invert here, apply. From my point of view, makes more sense. Here, let's say I want to know each elevation. I want to know with a label, something like this, be represented here. Let's double click again, and transparency, just make it better to be seen, 65%, okay, better, because it's nice to see the image in the background. Let's save this image. I was almost forgetting, but it worked, so let's save it to have it. Save its export, save as, click SRTM. So save and okay, it's saved. It duplicates, so you just need to right click, styles, copy style again, and paste to have the same settings you did before. Let's take this out. We have our elevation map here. To have our elevation, we just go again to the process toolbox and ask the program to extract the point raster to point raster to pixels to point. Okay, we can then find the raster pixels to point. Any word of this sentence will get this tool. So double click, select the raster you want. Let's change this value to elevation, and select the. Just keep temporary as well. The raster will be the one we just clipped. The band number. This image just had one band. In the future, we might work with kind of images which have more than one band, and I'll show you how to work with. But for now, just keep it as it is and run. Okay, now you can see all the points. What this means: every pixel centroid now generated point which have their attribute table, their elevation. Okay, so the average elevation within this area will be, for example, let's select here and here, will be 106 meter. Well, I don't want to see this way, but it worked. Let's just say double click on this symbol for the path. Let's select here elevation point and save, and okay, it's saved. The name doesn't change here, you can change later, but the file have that name I just showed. Let's double click to change these symbols, and the symbol you can change to any symbol you want. Let's say this X here, apply, and we'll have the axis. But let's say, of course, I don't want the points being shown this way. I want to only see the lower point and the higher point currently. Let's add and go to our attribute table. I'll create a new field here named label. These will be just an on or off label, so label string 1, you understand. So the elevation, the higher, I can reorder click here. I will is 112, so this will be our higher, and our lower will be 90. So L. Doesn't matter for this example if it is this or this, or I can put this too, no problem, and save. And let's go back to our symbology, and you will understand what's happening. Then I can change elevation here in the symbology, as I was showing you before. Let's go to rule based. The first rule will be higher. So here, when the elevation, the field elevation, no better, when the field label, as we just did, equals to age, will be the higher. See? Okay. And when this happens, I want this symbol to be not this one, to be this one here, this triangle, and the color will be green. So green, maximum, green G, green. Okay, it will be this green, and the outline will be white, and the stroke will be this thicker. The size, let's change the size to 6. Okay, and what I wanna, you can see this cross in the background indicates that the point represented will be right in the crossing. I wanted this triangle to be pointing to this crossing. So first I wanna, so in this case I'll be this to be aligned to the top here, select it here, and the alignment anchor point, not center, top. Let's see here, as you can see, but not this way. I want to upside down here, so rotation 180. Okay, and we have it here. This will be the symbol. Let's see. See, the higher will be right here, as you can see the symbol. And I want to do the same for the lower. So the label will be lower. The label will not be H, will be L, and the symbology will be here. Will be not green. I wanna not be colored here and apply. So now we have the 2 points here, and I wanna the labels to indicate the elevation of the higher and the lower. So here and above, all good. Okay, let's see. It's showing here. I wanna show again, double click, because I wanna the elevation to be represented, but I wanna see each unity it is. So let's add this expression to our label. So now we can see meter. Let's say we can meter AOD. Remember the comma. Apply. Great. And just kind of small detail. Let's change the placement from paragraph, set from point here. But I wanted the color of the label follows the color of the symbol. You can change here, edit, and type this expression at symbol color. Apply. As you can see here, the same. We have it here, both points, very coherent. As I showed before, the darker the image is, the higher it is for this color, for this brown, and the lower the green is. All good so far. Save, and we are almost there. Let's create now contour lines. So again, processing toolbox, contour. We have this contour, which will be the image we are going to use. That clipped, which will be this, the clipped one. The interval about between the lines, I want to meter from meter, and the attribute will be elevation as well. And keep this way. Let's run as temporary again. Close. As you can see, it was created. I'll change the symbology just to make it easier to see, because what is there. Let's say black, just to use. As you can see, this, as you can notice, unfortunately, there's no other way to do. But the contour lines, it's kind of shaped corners, sharp corners. It's the way it is, and some lost lines here. We can manually edit this, select them, and delete, and we will run another process, which is called smooth, to make these sharp edges more rounded, to make it more better to see, better to interpret. Here will be this layer to be smoother. The iterations later, you can see further what this means. You can go here and understand. I'll change to 5 iterations and offset to 0.5, and here keep 180 and run. Okay, as you can see, it's more rounded now. Okay, and I'll use this last one as our contour. So I'll save, and okay. Contours. I'll change the symbology. So now I wanna. So here I wanna change the contours, and we'll go to categorized again. And values, check the value elevation, but I want to only, you will understand why, only the multiples of 5 to have, so to do that, all the multiples of 5 will need to be equal 0. I'll ask to classify, I'll change all the others, I'll keep 0, and the legend will be master and single. So my single will be this, double click, the color will be this brown here, keep this way, the master will be the same, but I'll copy the symbol, paste here, but I want it to be thicker because this will be our master line. Okay, and apply. As you can see, our master lines are thicker and symbols thinner. And the labels need to be here, ruled. Let's set the rule only for those where the field elevation is a multiple of 5. And then the text will be this. No, I want the color to be the same, not the symbol, as I showed before. Buffer. And the placement will be parallel online. Okay. And here, go again. The value will be elevation. Bar. Simple comma. 10. Here another detail. The placement parallel. No parallel, no curve. Okay. Better and save. So now we have our contours, our points, and we are good to go to our printing layout. I'll just set these elevation points labels to have a higher importance to show them. Okay. Now we have, so let's create the theme here. I have set before the theme name, but I can just replace to follow these layers and I already have, so I will replace it for this and go to our layout, just create before from the template, select here, change the theme to be followed, and here to be location. We have our map almost done. The only detail we need to pay attention now is to create another legend here to follow, to show these image. As we are creating from a new legend, we have that problem. As I showed you before, you need to delete all them here, uncheck auto update and uncheck resize, delete all of them. Let's add only the one which matters, which is the SRTM. We have it here, resize just to fit there. So again, I'll change the, I don't want to see this name, so let's read it. Hidden it, elevation will be the name, just double clicking, guys, and here, let's start here. Let's change the background, select it and go to background. Here, I want a transparency of 65% here, almost there. And let's change here, double click on this, let's change the height to 120, better. Okay, and this elevation I'll change as well, better. Let's double click on elevation, keep it blank, but let's show this name here, group, and change the name to elevation, will be better. Okay, here, almost there. We could do more refined changes in here. Let's add this legend as well here, as I did before. Take this out, add these others the contours, elevation points, and this is it. We have it here. Just arrange better. Contour, hidden, and contour lines here. Almost there. Let's arrange better. It's okay. Okay. We might go here and change the font. Just match to Arial, and item Arial. Another tip here. Let's click here. Double click. Here, let's add a suffix of n, so it will be clear. And double click. Font. Arial. All good. It's good to go to printing. Let's print this. Export. Elevation. And export. Well, and here the result of our work today. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.